in the U.S. in 45 years. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
8 people are deceased. That is according to the Nevada County Sheriff's Department. 1 person is missing. 6 people have been rescued.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray is in South Lake Tahoe, near where the avalanche came down in California.
There's no resorts there. There's no official ski runs. Now, these skiers were with hired guides, mountaineers. For whatever reason, they could not get out fast enough when those winds and the snow came in, and then the avalanche occurred. 2 of the people during the rescue mission could not even walk out of the region because they were so injured. They were brought to a hospital.
On day 19 of the search for Nancy Guthrie in Arizona, a bigger reward for info leading to an arrest.
The Pima County Sheriff's Office says its tip line has gotten an anonymous $100,000 donation to help solicit more information. That's in addition to the $100,000 the FBI has offered.
Fox's Gernal Scott. There has been a royal family arrest in Britain. The former Prince Andrew taken into custody linked to the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking case. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was taken into custody on suspicion of misconduct in a public office. Andrew was already stripped of his title by King Charles, his brother. An ousted South Korean president sentenced to life in prison.
Yoon Suk-yeol was trying to overcome an opposition-controlled Congress in December 2024 when he suddenly declared martial law. The imposition failed. In fact, it led to the former president's impeachment and now imprisonment. Yoon has been found guilty of rebellion for mobilizing the security forces in an illegal attempt to seize the assembly and arrest his opponents.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Drama at Newark, New Jersey's airport. A JetBlue flight took off for West Palm Beach, Florida, then smoke filled the cockpit. An engine failed. The pilot was able to return to Newark, making an emergency landing. Passengers used slides to get off the plane. America's listening to
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Severe weather is already hitting parts of Indiana this morning. You have a cloudy sky, but a clear radar for now in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 50 degrees. We're going up to 64. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Forecasters say a severe thunderstorm is making its way through northern and north central Indiana this morning, and it's headed to Indianapolis.
Hail being the main threat with those. But for the central Indiana and southern Indiana area, the main time frame of concern is going to be the afternoon and evening hours.
Forecaster Andrew White, National Weather Service here in Indianapolis, says people in central Fulton County and southwestern Kosciuszko County should take shelter inside the lower floor of a building until the storm passes. He said we could see tornadoes today.
Mainly in south of I-70 as we get towards the afternoon and evening hours.
And we'll have more weather coming up for you in a few minutes after traffic when Wish TV joins Tony Katz in the morning news. In Beech Grove last night.
On behalf of the department, I want to thank you for being here. This is it's awesome to see. I see so many familiar faces and friends and retired officers.
Beech Grove Police Chief Michael Maurice speaking at a vigil last night to honor fallen officer Brian Elliott.
And Brian obviously was one of the best because he was hired here and he fit the mold of what we're looking for and what my officers, who they are, truly are.
Elliott was shot and killed Monday while responding to a domestic disturbance call at the Beach Meadow Apartments. He was 33 years old. The president and CEO of the Indianapolis Zoo, Dr. Rob Schumacher, is on leave. Zoo leader said the day-to-day operations will continue as usual. The board has promoted John Gillian to chief operating officer. And the Indiana House sending a bill back to the Senate that would limit youth social media use and increase oversight of some college programs. Democrats support the social media rules, but worry how it affects higher education.
We're going to try to micromanage the actual decisions students make. Why can't we trust a student to decide which degree they want to get?
That's Democratic Representative Matt Pierce from Bloomington, and the Indiana Pacers back to work tonight in D.C. against the Wizards. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together next on a Thursday morning. It's 6:04.
Oh, yeah, the Made in Indiana sale with Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. With all the good stuff happening with the Hoosiers, let's give you all a better price on everything Indiana made at Thompson Furniture. I'm talking outdoor furniture by Polywood, which I have at my house. 50% off Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern.
All made by Hoosiers in Indiana and only on sale at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus with interest-free financing and free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
All right, checking out southbound 69, full closure at 116th Street because of a crash with injury and traffic being diverted to 116th Street. You can hop right back on southbound 69, but just crossing the street so the reroute's easy. It's going to take a minute to get there as traffic is backed up to 126. Also checking out eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue. There's a crash on the exit ramp. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist, will leave the joking for tomorrow. Right now, we're taking a look at these storms that are coming this way. The conversation about tornadic activity, what is the latest and what can we be looking for?
Sure, yeah, Tony. So we've got quiet hours here for the morning. I'm looking at a window probably of around 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. for thunderstorms to move through central Indiana. There's going to be in between a warm front and a cold front. You're going to have a little bit of rotation in the atmosphere. So these things are going to fire. And as they become isolated early on, that's when you're going to have the greatest threat for potential tornadoes. But also don't overlook there's a damaging wind component to this. And that could be an issue. And there's also a hail threat. We're already kind of seeing that up in northern Indiana. There's been a few warnings up around Fort Wayne this morning. So those three things you need to worry about here this afternoon. So just be on alert. Again, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., that will be the window for all modes of severe weather. And that also means that the evening commute could be pretty rough. So just keep that in mind. Meanwhile, we're going to be pretty warm and we're going to be windy. Today's high around 67 degrees for the afternoon. Now, rain should pull out of here by mid to late evening. Will be mostly cloudy. The wind machine starts to crank up a little bit, a low down to 40. Friday will be partly cloudy, colder, windy, a high of 50. And then it's kind of back to reality this weekend. Saturday, partly cloudy, a high of 42. Sunday, mostly cloudy. Could have a few light snow showers and chilly, a high of 37.
The front that's coming through, you talk about being in between this cold front and this warm front. This is just the standard stuff. I just don't remember hearing of tornado conversations in February. That seems to me, maybe my memory is bad, that seems to be a bit of an awkward statement.
Well, I mean, listen, severe weather can happen any time of year. I try to make the point that there has never been a month on the calendar in central Indiana that we have not had a tornado. That means we've had in central Indiana a tornado in January before. We've had a few in February before. Now, to answer your question, is this, common? No, obviously. February is a winter month, but, keep in mind, we broke a record for warmth yesterday. We hit 71. That is unusually warm. We're going to be unusually warm again today. So you have a lot of the ingredients, and that's what ends up happening in the prime time when we get severe weather. March, April, May. It is a clash between that colder air and the warmer air. That's exactly where we're at right now. So this is unusual in terms of the time framing, yes, but while it doesn't happen very often, it does happen. So be on alert for that as we head into the afternoon hours.
Now, Hammer and Nigel will have everything for the afternoon drive, all the latest on the storm. Matt Bear will be in the WIBC Traffic Center. When these moments come, is it all hands on deck for you guys? Like, are you on? Are you in the studio? Are you tracking things with like a magnifying glass and an abacus?
I will be, because of my shift being so early, I'll be probably hanging out at home, but we'll have 4 people in the weather center coming up later this afternoon. So that's already been kind of labeled there. And then obviously I'll have to be in bright and early for daybreak on tomorrow. But it is all hands on deck because this is obviously ramped up severe weather coverage. And I think the thing to your point earlier, it is February. So a lot of people don't think of severe weather. We're coming off our biggest snow in over 10 years, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's hard for people to think and get in that mode, but it happens very quickly here in central Indiana. So we'll be ramping up that coverage this afternoon.
And we will keep an eye on everything. We will have it for you. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist, thanks for taking the time. 51 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:10. Hammer and Nigel will be all over it starting at 3 p.m. As you're heading home from work, maybe you want to make some arrangements now. Change your plans for heading home. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. This social media bill should state governments be engaged in preventing people from accessing social media. This legislation is heading back to the Senate. It's an education package, as described by the Indiana Capitol Chronicle, with a blend of youth social media restrictions. State authority over college degree programs passes the House 67-28. So Senate Bill 199 would require certain social media platforms to provide parents greater access and oversight of their minor children's accounts and require parental permission for Hoosiers under 17 before opening accounts on platforms that meet specific criteria tied to addictive algorithms and company size. That's how they wrote it over there at the Indiana Capitol Chronicle. I wanted to read it to you that way because there seems to be Democrats who are okay with this. They concern themselves with the micromanaging when you get into the university side, but I just want to keep an eye on what we're talking about here. Making the threshold from 16 to 17. Hoosiers under 17 would need verifiable parental consent to open social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Snapchat might be excluded. Your 17-year-old needs parental permission to open up a social media account, but not an abortion? To open up an Instagram account, but not to have, quote unquote, I'm not even going to use the lie of gender affirming care, which is so disgusting. You can mutilate them. They can change their gender. They can't open up an account on TikTok. That is what the General Assembly is saying, and seemingly that is what Democrats are backing. I want to know how they square the circle. How do you do that? Do I think we should have these things? I find myself asking, where is the responsibility of parents in all these things? I think I would lose that argument statewide. Like, people would say, hey, I agree with you, but still. I think that would be the argument that they give. Where is the parental responsibility? Where is the student responsibility? Where is anything? Well, the student can't be responsible, Tony. They're only 17, and they don't know how their mind is being affected. You know what? Then I'm all in for this. If we're going to recognize that there are children and there are adults and there is an age of maturity, well, anything that codifies that, I'm all in. So bring it on. Look at that. Y'all turned me right around there. Don't tell me a 17-year-old needs parental permission for TikTok and not to be mutilated. That's over in Indiana. Anybody who brings up that conversation now looks crazy. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Alex Brown. The Chicago Bears stadium search is drawing other development interests to Indiana. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Don't miss IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast with keynote speaker Mung Chang, president of Purdue University. RSVP at ibj.com/events.
Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with red hot deals during Pay What We Pay invoice pricing going on now. Come into Great Lakes Honda and get invoice pricing without the gimmicks, like a new Honda Odyssey EXL for under $42,000 with a finance special of 3.99% APR for 48 months or 4.99% APR for 60 months. So come in out of the cold for red-hot prices at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included. In-stock new Hondas only. Not combinable with other offers. All fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends March 31st. See dealer for details.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Yeah, a rough start to the morning here, Tony. We're looking at southbound 69, and it is shut down at 116th Street because of a crash now being reported as fatal. And traffic is stopped back to 126th Street. We are being diverted at 116th. We get off there, and then we cross the street to get back on southbound 69. So the reroute's pretty easy once you actually get to the exit ramp to 116th. But again, southbound 69 shut down at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. East side eastbound 70 crash exiting to Shadeland Avenue. It's on the off-ramp. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by Audible. If you're stuck in traffic, take care of you with help from the top voices in well-being on Audible. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com/wellbeing. I'm Matt Baer with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
51 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Indiana Foundation Service, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 300 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $74 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. For a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return, but I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
CNN had a breaking news piece yesterday on social media that there could be a hit on Iran from the United States as early as this weekend. And I said, I'm sorry, what? A hit where? How? Why? For what purpose? Have we made a determination about what the plan is? Could someone? Because that would be awesome. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. For those of you who have allergies, I'm there with you. I would like to hold you in my warm embrace, but I swear I will sneeze all over you and it will be disgusting. So if I sound a little softer than normal, the voice is fine. But good Lord, never experienced anything like this. Iran is getting ready for war with the United States. That was the Wall Street Journal. I had grabbed that earlier. I said, okay, Iran's getting ready. Big freaking deal. It's Iran. They're always getting ready for war. Saber rattling is what they do. It's kind of the modus operandi. What does it mean to be getting ready for war? What, they're going to actually send drones or missiles at aircraft carriers? I don't see it. Now they're going to send everything they've got at Israel. Well, Israel has to be prepared at all times because we know that's how it's going to go. But the question is, if Trump is getting ready to hit Iran, what are we hitting? No one can answer that question for me. Do I favor the removal of the Ayatollah? Absolutely. It's not a question. So you favor regime change for the Iranian people, for the Persians? You bet your sweet babippi I do. I need them to lead the charge, but I absolutely do. For safety and security in the Middle East, so terrorists aren't funded, you bet I favor regime change. And for the people who don't, hey, Tucker Carlson, what you want is weird. Weird. By the way, did Tucker Carlson go to Israel and then claim he was detained by Mossad? Fingers Malloy brought that up to me yesterday, and I said, there's no way. Did he? Can you check that, producer Carl? Did Tucker Carlson claim that?
I know that he was detained. I don't know about Mossad.
Good Lord. I wouldn't believe anything. Show me the video and then we can talk. Wouldn't believe anything when it comes to Tucker and Israel. He has made that quite clear. A guy that friendly with Qatar, I don't. No. Show me evidence. You're Tucker Carlson. There's a lot of cameras with you. Show me. But I do not know what we would be hitting, what we would be attacking to get the Ayatollah to run. Is the plan to set Tehran ablaze? I'm asking. Hitting military sites isn't going to cut it. You have to have a reason for the Ayatollah to flee. You're going to go after the IRGC? Nothing changes for the people. So I had come to the conclusion, the only thing I can think of that makes any sense is you might go after military targets because you always go after military targets. You're going to go after the oil. Knock them offline. Make it impossible for them to sell to China and completely bankrupt them. No money, no IRGC, no funding terrorism. Everything falls apart. The people have an opportunity to have a better life. It's the only math I can come up with. So if there are strikes this weekend and they're just on military targets, I'm a bit lost as to what the objective is. Oh, I'm fine with hitting military targets, but it doesn't solve any problems. That's my take. Speaking of not solving problems, Zoran Mamdani, in dealing with his budget shortfall, where they have now raided the rainy day fund and they're taking pension money and all these promises and they're not delivering. You now have Mamdani in New York saying that they are no longer going to hire 5,000 more officers. They canceled all orders signed by Adams following his indictment. Remember, he got indicted in 2024. They were going to add these officers over the next 3 years, getting to an additional 5,000 officers in 2028. That's now all gone. Which can be seen as Mamdani, this communist, this Islamist, which he's both, which is weird, defunding the police. This is what he chose to cut. None of the services, none of the nonsense programs. No, that's still to torture the people. He's going to cut police. I am still amazed that there's a cop in New York. Amazed. Oh, that pension you were depending on? Oh, you're out of your skull. You're out of your skull. Those days are over. They think that they're going to really get this budget through and spend $127 billion on 8 million people, and that makes sense. Until you realize that the spending is the issue, you're never going to solve the issue. And then, as just got reported earlier this morning, Prince Andrew was arrested.
Just breaking news in the last couple of moments, extraordinary news. Not just that the police have arrived at the Sandringham estate where Prince Andrew, as was now Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, is currently living since being thrown out of the Windsor estate. The police have arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. It's an extraordinary revelation and development on this story involving the Epstein files and all the allegations that have been swirling around.
Now, with him, it seems to be a little bit more than allegation. This is Prince Andrew, who's no longer Prince Andrew. He had the protection of mommy. And when Queen Elizabeth passed and it became King Charles, that protection went away quick. Arrested. But there's something about this Epstein conversation where the left is taking it, where the right is not fighting it, where President Trump absolutely screwed it up. But the left is dependent on a couple things happening for this to work. And I'm telling you, they don't have it. You know, I had planned to get together with everybody in January. Now it's going to be February 28th. Trump 1 year later, have this gala, have this party. This has turned into, here's the blueprint. I have been through every bit of data. I've been through every number. There's a change in tactic involved, and there is a recognition that there's a path. Guys, this is all winnable. Some people just actually have to do the work to win. And that includes us. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. You're going to love the night. The bourbon, the food, the everything, the live music, the red carpet. You're going to look good. People are going to look good. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Chimney Solutions, Indiana, Defiance Beef. Great time. And I'm telling you, you're going to walk away with the data, with the knowledge, with the know-how, with the ability to say, guys, we can win this. But the Epstein conversation is going to play in this now. The Democrats have made that clear. And I will tell you how it gets countered. Matt Baer has traffic.
Yeah, Tony and Fisher, southbound 69, all lanes closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. And this backs us up to 126, so you do have a delay coming in. Say if you're coming down from Noblesville or Pendleton here this morning. Traffic being diverted to 116th Street. You can cross the street and hop right back on southbound 69, but do expect an extended closure here this morning. Again, the crash is fatal, southbound 69 at 116th. Crash on the east side, eastbound 70 heading off to Shadeland Avenue. The ramp is open. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's cold out, but Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with hot deals. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fishers and fall in love with a new vehicle. Shop online at GreatLakesHondaFishers.com and come in for a test drive. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey there, it's Casey. A new report says you need $2 million to retire, and a new date has been set when Social Security is going to run out of cash. Join us Thursday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hey, what's up? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel Show. And if clutter is taking over your home or your business, it's time to call Rubbish Works. They handle residential and commercial cleanouts, garages, basements, offices, even construction debris, furniture, appliances, junk, you name it. You just point, and they do the heavy lifting. Use the promo code HAMMER to get $25 off. Book right now at rubbishworks.com, 317-207-2749. Tell them Hammer sent you.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. most insurance accepted.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Hamilton County Coroner's Office got a phone call. It's 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. We're headed up to 64. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending on a Thursday morning at 6:30. A person was killed this morning when police say they were hit by a car along I-69 in Fishers. The southbound lanes are closed right now. Matt Bear has much more on this coming up in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. Hail has been reported across parts of northeast Indiana this morning, and South Whitley was about the size of a penny, and forecasters say a stronger weather system is moving across the area, and that's what's causing the hail and some rough conditions.
Yeah, anytime we get these much warmer than normal temperatures in the late winter time frame, that really increases the chance for severe weather, because a lot of the other things that we look for the potential for severe weather, like shear, is typically a lot higher during the late winter time frames.
Forecaster Andrew White at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis. Much more on your severe weather throughout the day and morning right here on WIBC and WIBC.com. Investigators are hoping to piece together internet search data in an effort to track down the whereabouts of Nancy Guthrie.
Some interesting internet searches for both Nancy Guthrie's home and Savannah Guthrie's salary that investigators are obviously going to want to take a look at. Now, these are not directly from Google. They're a kind of recreation of Google Trends. So there's a lot of could-haves and maybes, as there are with so many things in this case, but certainly something that's going to be looked at. In the meantime, having come to something of a DNA dead end in terms of matching names with the FBI's criminal database.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Tucson, Arizona this morning. Mark Zuckerberg testifying today in a trial in LA focused on how social media impacts kids. The case was brought by a young woman who says she became hooked on apps like TikTok and YouTube and Meta-owned apps, Facebook and Instagram when she was growing up. The decision in this trial could shape how more than 1,000 similar cases are being handled in the country. And here in Indiana, a Senate bill would require parental permission for kids to open social media accounts on certain platforms. Now included in the bill is a call for state leaders to look at how low-wage college degree programs are handled. House Democrats say the bill would eliminate some programs that students want to get into, while Republican Representative Jim Lucas is taking student loan debt into account.
Now, all this bill is doing is getting rid of degrees that just cannot pay these kids. When they get out, they have this degree. There's no way they can pay this off.
And the bill's in the full Senate. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. The possibility of a Chicago Bears stadium in Northwest Indiana is already accelerating development planning, drawing new investor attention, and elevating the region's profile. Portage Mayor Austin Bonta, who last week unveiled his city's $5 billion stadium proposal, says interest from investors has already increased, and their interest doesn't completely hinge on if the Bears come to the area.
We've been contacted by 3 different institutions, entities that either want to see, if the Bears come, how could they fit too? And if the Bears don't come, they've got other ideas that they'd like to pitch about how they could be the anchor in this community.
Portage is not alone. Gary Mayor Eddie Melton said the phones have been ringing off the hook since the city made its pitch for the Bears. Martin University's campus on the northeast side of Indianapolis has been listed for sale at an asking price of $3.5 million. The listing comes 2 months after the university announced it would pause its operations, citing financial and student enrollment challenges. Fort Wayne-based Do It Best Group has announced a distribution center optimization plan it says will strengthen the company's supply chain and support long-term growth. The plan includes a series of phased distribution center transitions in different parts of the country, though the company's Indiana operations are not being affected. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University is shaping the future of healthcare with Hoosiers in mind. Advancing discoveries that become treatments for Alzheimer's, obesity, cancer, and rare diseases, and training the providers trusted to deliver them. From the lab to your local clinic, IU powers medical breakthroughs and the talent behind them. Discover how IU is solving what's next at iu.edu/impact.
The Indiana Economic Development Corporation has opened a call for projects that could receive funding as part of the $65 million Ready 2.0 Arts and Culture Initiative. The effort calls on regional development authorities across Indiana's Ready regions to submit proposals for catalytic projects that leverage the arts to drive economic development and community vitality. Applications for the Arts and Culture Initiative are being accepted through April 15th. The IEDC expects to begin awarding funding in July after a competitive review process. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
All right, looking at Fisher southbound 69, full closure at 116th Street because of a fatal crash and traffic jammed back to 126. This is going to affect drivers coming down from Pendleton and anywhere from the northeast here all morning rush long. We should expect an extended closure right now. Traffic being diverted to 116th Street. You can just cross the street and get right back on southbound 69, but there is going to be that wait starting at 126. On the east side, crash on the exit ramp from eastbound 72 Shadeland Avenue in that 465 collector. Traffic backed up for about a half a mile. And south side, northbound 65, stop and go Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Matt, why don't you take one more second with you? Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. Let's go back to Fisher's on 37 with this road closure. This is a fatal crash. Do we know who was involved or what vehicles were involved in this crash? And let's go back to the areas that are affected around this.
This is southbound 69 in Fisher's, Tony. The closure is at 116th Street, and it's being reported that involves a pedestrian. Now, when this happens, the fatal crash investigation team needs to come out and do an extensive, thorough investigation, and that's what we're going to have here during morning rush hours. So the commuters coming down from, it could be Muncie, it could be Pendleton, need to expect lengthy delays here this morning when you hit the Brook School Road 126th Street area. But again, it is a fatal crash, and reportedly with multiple outlets now that it is involving a pedestrian. So this is going to be here for the most of morning rush hour, if not into the midday.
We will keep our eyes on it. Matt Bear will have more updates throughout the day. Follow him, Matt in Traffic, on Twitter X. And at 93 WIBC, we will have updates there for you throughout the morning. Matt, thank you. Appreciate you giving us a little bit more there. Right now, we've got 51 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:37. Let's check on sports really quick. Ryan Hedrick, what's happening?
Tony, good morning. The Indiana Pacers try for their third straight win tonight. They're in D.C. taking on the Wizards. Head coach Rick Carlisle said all the injuries that have piled up have given the younger players a shot to shine.
It's really unlucky what happened to Johnny Furphy because he was making great progress. Walker's made great progress. Even Mathurin and Jackson did too. And now we got some guys, some G League guys on two ways that have a chance to help us and help themselves.
And tonight's game starts at 7 in Washington, D.C. last night.
Iwuchukwu back to Mulready. He'll throw it up. That's the ball game. The Dogs have won 93-89, and Thad Matta has picked up his 500th win as a head coach.
On the Butler Athletic Network, sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
At the IHSAA, we're proud to have partners who share our vision of building a strong Indiana. I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez, Chief Impact Officer of Old National Bank, founded and headquartered in Evansville, Indiana. We couldn't be prouder of our Hoosier heritage.
And Hoosiers couldn't love high school sports more.
That's why it's important to us as a Hoosier bank to invest in high school sports. We offer financial literacy programs that help student athletes make educated financial decisions once their playing days are over.
The association is committed to keeping high school sports focused on education first. The life lessons we teach help student athletes develop both in the game and in life.
And that's a win for every Hoosier.
Thanks to partners like Old National Bank, the future of Indiana looks strong.
Support education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is investing in our future.
This is Building Up Indiana.
This is your IHSAA.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is always committed to premium service and no shenanigans.
Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
Once there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school, but when
I've not heard this song in a while.
back,
We're gonna have to listen to this for a second.
I turned from black into bright white. He said that it was from when the cars.
We can all sing it together. You know the song.
Lyrics are easy.
Have not heard that in forever. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. You've got over 50 votes now for the SAVE Act, which they're now calling the Save America Act. You have to pressure Democrats in every way to vote for this. Non-stop. This is about voter ID. No, it's not Jim Crow 2.0. Yes, everybody saying so is ridiculous and pathetic. It is a winning argument for the political right. You got to stay on it. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it passed, because to get it passed, you're going to have to do some fancy work regarding the filibuster. And I don't think you're ready to do it. I've made that case. I'm going to move on from that part of it. But as a winning argument, we want to secure votes, the vote of the American people, and Democrats, they want the opportunity to cheat. And then you utilize that to try and build up voter turnout. A story over at Axios. I'm curious, do you think that this is the case? Axios states that Republicans have no enthusiasm. No one's interested in the midterms. And that you see where Democrats are outperforming in these special elections, which is very true. And it just shows that with Trump not on the ballot, there isn't much of an interest. Now, I can tell you that we called this just after the election. When you looked at the results, if you were with me at Trump understanding the election in 3 bourbons, we did that in Fisher's, we went over the data. Trump wins, but Republicans didn't, because the coattails did not extend to Republicans. It was about the low propensity voter voting for Trump and Trump alone and not the party. That's what happened. Is that still the case? Has the Epstein files turned off part of the MAGA base so they won't show up? That would be weird if you thought that it was. It would be weird if it did. Dissatisfaction with Trump's immigration crackdown and how he's handling the economy. The economy is ticking in the right direction. We did see manufacturing up. We've seen gas prices down. Certainly egg prices are down. Other food prices are down. Not all of them. We still have issues with insurances and all sorts of things. But the problem with this is that it's all basing things on if the election was today, and the election is not today. The election's in November. This is a story that wants to set a narrative far too soon in a cycle. We have to talk about where Republicans are indeed winning an argument, which is voter ID. They're winning that argument. So go win the damn argument. Does that mean you're going to get it passed? No. Does that mean that you've got a tool to utilize against Democrats that don't care about voter ID, that want illegal immigrants to vote? Yes. Is that helpful? Yes, it is. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Chase away those winter blues with a new car from Tom Roush Lincoln. Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal from Tom Roush. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's the latest?
All right, Tony. Police are investigating a fatal crash on southbound 69 at 116th Street. And right now, all lanes of southbound 69 completely shut down. The interstate is closed and traffic is stopped back to 126th Street. So we are diverting to 116th Street and from there crossing the street and getting back on southbound 69. Once you reach the exit ramp, things get a lot easier. In the meantime, expect this delay throughout morning rush hour. As soon as you hit the 126th Street area right now, that's where traffic is going to begin to stop because of the closure and this fatal crash. Also looking at the east side, eastbound 70 crash clear going to Shadeland Avenue, south side northbound 65 a grind before Raymond. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today.
Today.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say Micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, Micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Join WIBC February 28th at the Hyatt Regency at 6 p.m. for a night of flair and reflection with Tony Katz. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now. Act fast. Get all the details at WIBC.com. Brought to you by Defiance Beef Company, Chimney Solutions, and Premier Arms.
We'll have more from Matt Bear on this fatal crash on 69, leading to a massive backup at 116th Street. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. And also, we are tracking tornadic activity that will get to us. Certainly, we have the possibility of rain and storms throughout the day, really starting about 2, 3 p.m. Hammer and Nigel will have everything for you. Matt Bear will have the traffic situation. We'll be working with our partners at Wish TV to get the latest on the weather. Whether or not we get the tornadoes is unknown here in central Indiana, but thunderstorms, possibility of hail. We all know that sometimes the big storm doesn't do any damage, but we get some of those winds, and the next thing you know, 50,000 people are out of power. So that's what we're tracking for the afternoon. Matt Bear is working this fatal crash this morning. I don't know if I said hello. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Producer Carl went full conspiracy Carl, and I don't think he even went conspiracy. Because the story is, and you may have heard about this, regarding refineries in California. We have in the United States a very, very weird refinery issue. One that I am surprised that President Trump hasn't worked to resolve yet. And that issue is, we don't build refineries. We're talking about taking oil and turning it into gasoline. We don't build them. One refinery goes down, goes offline, because these things can happen. And the next thing you know, you have price hikes and all sorts of issues. And we have refineries that take care of certain areas of the country. We absolutely need more refineries. And Producer Carl, I agree. It is absolutely a matter of national security. Just like I believe we need nuclear. And we are insane that we have not committed ourselves to going down this path. But Carl said something different. He sent me an email this morning. He's like, I don't think these things are unrelated. This is his theory. Now, as you know, Producer Carl is also Conspiracy Carl. And whenever you're around Conspiracy Carl, you have to accept the fact that stuff could get a little weird. Carl, I'm just saying. Sometimes you're a bit out there. This is
I'm
not
right,
one of those times.
not out there.
What'd you say?
I'm right, not out there.
Well, sometimes you are out there. This one, I don't think you're out there at all. And it's a discussion of this refinery that is closed. Gas has gone up 40 cents in about 2 weeks. And in the state of California, gas is $4.58 a gallon because they have insane gas taxes. We equally have insane gas taxes. It's way too much. It has to stop. But Carl's argument goes differently. What if refinery shutdowns are all about the midterms? Gas prices have been going down. We have been working towards energy independence, what President Trump has long referred to as energy dominance. We are moving in this direction, and we're being much smarter. But if you shut down refineries, you therefore raise prices. And what if what we're seeing in California is nothing more than a play, a motion, a movement to try and increase gas prices so Republicans can't run on low gas prices, so Democrats can say what happened to low gas prices to help them in the midterms. I don't think that's too far-fetched. Now, I will admit to you, when it comes to how the refineries operate, I do not know where the authority is. Where is the authority in the shutdown of these refineries? How does that actually work? But we all know that a friend of a friend of a friend and a political ally and fellow travelers and all that jazz can do and say all sorts of things if they think there's some money in it for them or some power in it for them. Also, we should be clear that the oil and gas companies would not be friends of the Democratic Party because they're getting pushed out. Everybody worried about climate this, climate that. I still have John Kerry out there. John Kerry is still telling people that we're all going to die from global warming. You think I'm making this up? I can't make this up.
There's really no polite way to put it. The climate crisis is killing people. It is knowingly, wittingly allowing people to die and infecting them with disease and providing them with air that kills people because we're not willing to take the steps necessary to do what we know we need to do. And every year now, millions of people around this planet are dying because fossil fuel and methane emissions, called greenhouse gas pollution. Those methane emissions and CO2 emissions and nitrous oxide and other emissions are escaping into the atmosphere, being fed by the way in which we continue to choose to fuel our vehicles, propel our vehicles, heat our homes, light our factories, and so forth.
John Kerry would be ever so happy if you just lived by candlelight and didn't have air conditioning. This climate cult is a cult, and we should say so. But we should be clear that while many nations have pushed them to the side, they're not done, and there are plenty of people in that climate cult. And we saw that at the Munich Security Conference. Gretchen Whitmer is one of them, talking about electric vehicles. Also, as they were left, was talking about this at the World Economic Forum. We know that Gavin Newsom is one of them. So, can Newsom shut down refineries? I don't know what the rules are. Is it possible that nothing lives in a vacuum? Because that was your line, Carl, and I just want to give you the credit where it's due. No, nothing is in a vacuum. And it's something that President Trump and the administration should at least be aware of and be prepared to fight back on. Matt Barra has got traffic on the 5s, the latest out of Fishers. What's going on, Matt?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 still closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning, and all lanes are closed. Traffic is stopped back to 126th Street, and we're being diverted right now at 116th. So basically, we take the exit ramp, cross the street, then rejoin southbound 69 from there. But there is going to be a wait, and you can keep that wait for most of the morning rush hour here this morning. Please keep that in mind if you're coming down from Pendleton or further up north. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Got cabin fever? We've got the ultimate cure. The 31st Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo is back and better than ever. February 20th through 22nd and 25th through March 1st at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Featuring the Midwest's largest selection of motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, gear, accessories, and more. Plus Biker Showcase, Tiny Tots Riding Adventure, and the pioneers of Hoosier Motorcycling. Your ticket also includes admission to the Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. Visit IndySportShow.com, another Renfro production.
When the cold takes over, Bassett Services is the name you can trust to keep your home warm and safe. From furnace repairs to full system replacements, we provide reliable solutions with care and professionalism. For urgent repairs or routine maintenance, Bassett delivers service you can depend on. We've been the first call for heating and cooling in Indianapolis for decades, so sound the hound at BassettServices.com for all your heating needs. Bassett Services.
Always by your side.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you act now, you'll get an extra 10% off. When your window insulation fails, usually due to old or cheap materials, all of your window energy efficiency disappears. The results? A house that is cold in the winter and hot in the summer.
Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient that you'll actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you don't have to live with broken windows anymore. Don't wait. Put an end to your window problems. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 for free sale and get an extra 10% off. Visit windownation.com for a free consultation.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
If the new year means it's time for new flooring in your home, Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get you new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Day 18 of the search for Nancy Guthrie.
93 WIBC.
Russia and Ukraine talked again today in Geneva, brokered by the U.S.
What happens next?
He takes a much different approach to America's national security, and he's much more willing to act aggressively.
Happens here.
Mark Zuckerberg will testify today.
Stay in the know.
In a trial against social media.
While you're on the go.
Beach Grove will hold a candlelight vigil to honor Officer Elliott tonight at 6:30 at the police station.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up in 2 minutes, forecasters issuing warnings across the state. What you need to know about severe weather, why a major highway in Fishers is now closed to police activity. And Jarrett Lewis has a report on a candlelight vigil for a fallen Beach Grove cop after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
A royal arrest in Britain. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A former prince stripped of his title after being implicated in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking of underage girls is now in police custody.
On his 66th birthday, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in a public office. Emails suggest the King's brother may have passed the convicted sex offender documents while working as a UK trade envoy. Andrew was moved by King Charles to the Sandringham estate in Norfolk earlier this year. Searches are now taking place with the former Duke of York in custody. Andrew denies wrongdoing.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. In South Korea, former President Yoon Suk-yeol, ousted, then impeached over a declaration of martial law in 2024 to crack down on his opponents, has been sentenced to life in prison. Now to Tucson, Arizona.
It is day 19 since Nancy Guthrie was taken from her Tucson home just 60 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border. And we're now told that FBI investigators have been in contact with Mexican authorities. And while we're told this is standard operating procedure in cases so close to the border, it does speak to the wide net cast in this investigation.
Fox's Brian Yanis. A reward for info leading to an arrest in the Guthrie disappearance is now up to $200,000. One skier remains missing in California but presumed dead in the deadliest avalanche in the U.S. in 45 years. 8 others killed, 6 rescued.
An avalanche warning went into effect Tuesday morning as the group of 4 guides and 11 skiers were finishing up a 3-day skiing expedition near Castle Peak, a popular backcountry ski area near the city of Truckee in Lake Tahoe. As the group was leaving, police say one of the skiers yelled avalanche and it all came tumbling down.
That's Fox's Claudia Cowan. President Trump chairs a meeting of his Board of Peace today. He and member countries will focus on Gaza rebuilding after the ceasefire that stopped Israel's war on Hamas. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're diverting traffic and thousands of you are impacted. Clear radar in downtown Indianapolis for now. It's 53 degrees. We're going up to 64 today on a Thursday morning. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Early this morning, someone was hit and killed by someone driving a car along I-69 in Fishers. Right now, the southbound lanes are shut down, and Matt Baer will have much more on this coming up in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center, including where you can bail out of traffic and divert. It's a good day to check your weather alerts as hail, strong winds, and a chance of tornadoes moves across the state. The storm is currently moving northeast away from Indianapolis in Whitley County right now. It's to the far north of Indianapolis, rather. In Whitley County, people have reported hail about the size of a penny, and a severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued for northeastern Allen County and southeastern DeKalb County.
Yeah, so we do have a few thunderstorms out across north central Indiana this morning, hail being the main threat with those. But for the central Indiana and southern Indiana area, the main time frame of concern is going to be the afternoon and evening hours.
And forecaster Andrew White, National Weather Service, Indianapolis, he says in case of a tornado, head to a window-free room on the lowest level of your home or business. A vigil last night for a cop who was killed in the line of duty.
Hundreds of people and fellow officers gathering in Beech Grove to remember Officer Brian Elliott. He was shot and killed Monday while responding to a domestic call at an apartment complex. Beech Grove Mayor James Kaufman says Officer Elliott's legacy will live on forever.
And I assure you, he will never be forgotten. He offered his life for something greater. And in doing so, he changed all of our lives. Forever.
His patrol car now sits at the police station as a memorial, covered in flowers, flags, and handwritten notes. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Multiple counts of child molesting have been filed by federal prosecutors against a man from Indianapolis who the FBI said they had to track down in Texas.
We've had a collaborative effort with our law enforcement partners in Texas, including the Department of Public Safety, San Antonio Police Department, and FBI San Antonio.
And facing charges for this crime, Adon Sanchez Sarmiento. He was arrested at a Motel 6. A man was killed in Hendricks County yesterday when an illegal immigrant driving a semi-truck ran a red light and caused a multi-vehicle crash. The crash happened along US 36. Terry Schultz died at the scene. Indiana Pacers getting back to work tonight against the Washington Wizards, and they have a couple of new players on the team, head coach Rick Carlisle.
There are adjustments when you go to any new team, different ways of doing things. Our game planning things tend to be different than, from team to team. All this gives these guys a head start toward next year.
And a couple of those players, Avitska Zubats and Kobe Brown, will see them on the floor soon. Tonight's game starts at 7. Coverage at 6:30 on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on in Hamilton County, Matt Bear?
Southbound 69 is still closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash, and traffic is backed up past 126th Street, not quite to the Campus Parkway ramps yet, but this will be here for the remainder of morning rush hour. You can plan and expect for that. So if you're coming down from Pendleton or further north here this morning, you will be delayed as you approach Indianapolis at 116th Street. Right now, traffic rerouting to 116th. You can cross the street, then rejoin southbound 69 from there. But again, southbound 69 closed at 116th because of a fatal crash. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, joins us right now. We're keeping our eyes on the skies. You've got storms that are making their way towards us. You have possible tornadic activity. You've got possible thunderstorms in central Indiana. What is the latest here?
Yeah, we are going to look for that risk of severe weather this afternoon. I think the time frame will be anywhere between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. and all of the state is included in this high weather risk. So we're going to look for all types of severe weather today. Tornadic activity, strong straight line winds, and then also some hail could be possible as well. It is going to be incredibly mild yet again. We are already starting out at temps in the 50s this morning, and we do have some areas of fog, and some visibilities have dropped below a mile, so use caution this morning. We'll see highs today near 67. We'll fall just short of our record high of 69. Tonight, those showers and thunderstorms come to an end early. We'll fall to 40, and then temperatures begin to drop for the end of the week. 50 on Friday. The winds really ramp up here. Later tonight, into tomorrow, we could see wind gusts near 30 to 35 miles per hour. And then for the weekend, 42 Saturday, maybe some snow showers possible on Sunday with highs near 37.
Did you just say snow showers?
I did.
Right,
it's still winter. I know.
Go back with me and let's talk about today. We think that what we see in central Indiana takes place this afternoon. When do you see things starting? When do you see the larger scale problems coming?
So I think we will see some thunderstorms develop just to the west of us around the lunch hour, and then those will move in here around 1, 2 o'clock into parts of western Indiana. And then it's pretty much scattered showers and thunderstorms could be possible all the way through about 8 p.m., even lingering, I think, until about maybe 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. But I know when you say tornadoes, I know a lot of people get nervous about that. What we have is winds in the lower levels of the atmosphere going in one direction, and then they kind of turn and change direction with height. And so that's one of the reasons why we're going with some tornadic activity, because we could get some of that spin in the atmosphere. So that's something we're going to continue to track here. I can't tell you enough here. If you don't have a way to get a weather warning, You could download the Storm Track 8 weather app. Make sure if you're traveling, you know what county you are in, because we could hear some of these severe weather warnings going off, and you just make sure that you know where you are if you're traveling, if you're in Marion County or Hamilton County or whatever. So just kind of be aware of your surroundings today.
That is Tara Hastings of Wish TV. Thank you, Tara. Appreciate you taking the time. We'll talk more in a little bit. 52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:09. Full disclosure, because I would never say one thing in one place and deny I said it. My words are what I've got. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I was scheduled, and that's why I wasn't in yesterday morning. I was giving a talk, Hamilton County Republicans. A lot of people turned out. Greatly appreciate it. Look forward to seeing those people February 28th. For Trump, 1 year and 1 month later. Here's how we win the midterms. I've got a breakdown that's so good. The whole event has changed. It's better. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. The bourbon, the food, and if the weather's nice, we're smoking a cigar. And you, the red carpet, the live music. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Go to WIBC.com. Get your tickets as well. I gave this speech yesterday, which I utilized. Remember, this was originally planned to be after the event. But I utilized it as kind of a test run for some of the things that I want to get into on the 28th. And there's a large conversation that needs to be had about what it is to fight to victory. I believe honesty is a part of that, and certainly I have no interest in shrinking in the face of criticism. And one of the things that I brought up is that for where I live, in your school board, you might feel the same way. And there's a whole thing about school boards, because URCurrent.com has a story about how the Carmel School Board is looking to change some bylaws, and it would state that, quote, boisterous or uncivil conduct will not be permitted, nor will any defamatory remarks be tolerated. First, I want to see the state of Indiana move to put an end to this idea that school boards can curtail the free speech of the citizens and of the parents who determine what happens at the school. And if these school board members are so weak and so fragile they shouldn't be on school boards, stop running. What I said, as clear as day, is that these administrators who allowed walkouts should be fired. These school boards that said nothing, they should all be removed. They should resign. They should be fired. And I said that these conversations that we discuss about free speech, these conversations that we discuss about safety and security, these conversations about Western civilization, they need to be addressed to school board members like in Carmel who have provided zero value to our kids. Turns out there were a couple school board members in the room. I apologize for nothing. I put forth to you that we have 4 of 5 school board members who are leftists. You cannot tell me that there's this PAC, Support CCS, Carmel Clay Schools. This is a leftist organization that supports leftist candidates. And when there was an opening on the Carmel Clay School Board, they took somebody, Jennifer Cashin is her name. Did she run it? Was she a participant of it? And she gets selected to replace somebody on the school board. And it was this organization that she was a part of that was supporting other candidates who are now on the school board. You think that's normal? You think that's a sign of healthy? It's a cabal. Name names: John Shapiro, Christina Wheeler. These are not good people on the school board. They don't do a good job. It is unserious, and it is leftist. It is dangerous. And it's a great example of what happens when any society says, it's fine, we've got the best schools as it is. Not for long. Because if you can stand idly by while the students decide to walk out, what you're saying is that administrators aren't necessary, superintendents aren't necessary, and teachers aren't necessary. Because you value the walkout more than you value the education. How long can you keep winning those awards, everybody? And we know Carmel loves to win awards. The walkout was horrendous. It was disgusting. And the principal, who was a very nice guy, was wrong. The administration was wrong. And this school board for saying nothing, cowardly. And yes, right there in Carmel, not great Carmel. This is a serious issue. It was just a great nepotism game of what leftists they can get on the school board next. I shouldn't notice? Forget that. I'm going to notice. And if a school board doesn't like it, I don't care. There's a problem. Why shouldn't I note it? My kids have had a spectacular education in Carmel. And if I had seen this walkout 4 years ago, I would question whether my kids should continue to go to schools in Carmel. Because what they said was, from the school board to the administration, is we don't care. We have no control. That is a bad sign. Say so. This nepotism thing, I'm calling it nepotism, that we see regarding the school board, and a leftist goes off the board and then they find another leftist to put on the board. And you're saying to me, Tony, weren't you at the Hamilton County Republican event and one of these school board members was there? Yeah, that's my point. Do we vet? Do we discuss? Do we notice when somebody doesn't fit the bill? Do we notice when it is all nonsense? There's a real problem. This wonderful confusion game of who's connected who, when, where, why, and how. Meanwhile, we let students engage in walkouts. And we don't have a school board that has a statement that says, how dare they start expelling kids? Of course, we're going to call these things out. I'll say it to the school board anytime I want. And while I don't think you should engage in violence at all, if a school board can't handle being lectured to or yelled at or people voicing their displeasure, and they're going to say, well, that's not civil, they shouldn't be on a school board. So I think now, I can't even believe I'm saying it, the state's got to jump in. You could say anything to a school board member you want. That's my position. Tell them if they can't handle it to go work at Dairy Queen. Matt Bear has traffic. What's the latest, Matt?
Fisher southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. This has traffic stopped past 126th Street, not quite to Campus Parkway, but that's where you can exit if you want to avoid this lengthy delay. You can expect this closure to continue through morning rush. You can expect the traffic to be there, so if you're coming down from Pendleton, maybe somewhere further up north, you are going to have a lengthy delay. Right now, traffic being diverted at 116th Street. You can cross the street and get right back on southbound 69. It's just going to take you a minute to get there. Eastbound 465 on the north side slows from Ditch Road to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com. With over 100 online casino-style games, Chumba Casino is your destination for nonstop entertainment. No purchase necessary. VGW Group void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 21 plus. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:17. Mortgage rates have dropped, expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building as we move into spring. Now is the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Mark Dietel, the proven expert, to sell your home. Maybe you need to maximize price. Of course you do. Mark will bring your home to market with unmatched exposure. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Sharon in Greenwood said, I had moved into my new home and I needed a smooth sale of my old place ASAP. Mark Dietel's team prepped my home quickly and launched an aggressive marketing plan. Success. It sold for over asking price in just 10 days while making everything simple and stress-free for me. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold, or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel right now. 317-755-4232. Tell him Tony Katz sent you. 755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
May apply. The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have. Think it could be lower testosterone? What do you mean? I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2. That's the testosterone booster, right? Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles? Yep, just send a text.
Text RULE to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text RULE to 215-215. That's RULE to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Autohaus Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent, at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at AutohausMerkel.com. This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
Just letting you know where I'm at. Bring me the popcorn moment. Brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. You have this outdated space, and you need to fix this outdated space, and that's what you need Booher for. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, making your house usable. That's what you want. So talk to Booher. They improve the quality of your life. People often think of renovations so they can increase value in the home. What about the value of your life? What about how you live every single day? A kitchen that's usable, that the family can hang out in, that you can actually cook in, that you don't look at and say, man, I hate this? A bathroom that actually fits your family's needs. How about a basement that isn't just a dumping ground? This is about your life and the value of your life. So talk to Booher and increase the value of your life. They have the best people, the most skilled craftsmen. They work with the best materials, the brand names you know, you like, and you trust, and their 5-step design process makes it easy and simple, takes away all the stress. I've worked with Booher. I'm going to work with Booher again. Great people. Talk to Booher today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling. 852-5546. Or online at Booher. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. I think this was the IBJ. Discussing positive momentum regarding the Bears. Remember, the Chicago Bears, will they come to Indiana, yes or no? And I favored from the beginning trying to get them. They're going to come to Hammond. They're going to come to Gary Portage through their hat in the ring. I love all of this. This is an incredibly good story. And I want to say for the record, for any issue we have with those at the State House, I think they've gone about this very well, because what they have done is that they've gone about this measured. The cities put in their bids, talked about what they could do, and showed that on a dime, and by the way, all the credit in the world to Gary and to Hammond and to the state that on a dime, when they saw this opportunity, they said, well, we can do this, and put it together. Now, maybe they already had something in a drawer and it was just dusted off and massaged it a little bit. I was very impressed. Now, the IBJ has a story through the Capital News Illinois people that legislation that would assist the Bears' stalled effort to move from the lake to Arlington Heights has positive momentum. Illinois is saying that there's a great opportunity here. They're moving forward. Meanwhile, the State House is equally moving forward. I think that when it comes to the Bears, No one's 100% sure. I think that the odds are still small that the Bears come to Indiana. But it doesn't mean that it's out of the realm. And I know others are reporting, that it's a done deal. With all due respect, I'm not buying the reporting. I'm not. I'll buy it when it's done. Right? I don't want to hear sources. I want to hear from people. So, General Assembly, 5 microphones and no waiting. Are the Bears coming to Indiana? This is the question. As for the popcorn moment, it's a beaut. It is a beauty that there was a reporter yesterday in the briefing who said to Caroline Levitt, well, you know what? Let me play it for you.
The fact that I'm falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left, Democrats all, it was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. Where or when does the president believe he's been falsely called racist?
You're kidding, right? No. I will pull you plethora of examples. I'm going to get my team in that room to start going through the internet.
This is Ed O'Keefe talking about President Trump and his comments on the death of Jesse Jackson, which I think he was too nice to Jesse Jackson. Talking about how the left always calls me racist. Where is there any proof that the left has called him racist? Here's one example.
This is CNN Tonight. I'm Don Lemon. The President of the United States is racist.
There you go. That was easy enough. The internet went to work. Here's Rashida Tlaib's statement on Trump's racist, discriminatory new travel ban. Here's The Atlantic. Why doesn't Trump pay a political price for his racism? This was, I'm sorry, which outlet was this? I'm not sure which outlet that was. Oh, here's Representative Ocasio-Cortez.
Donald Trump is also very old and a racist and...
So, they flat out lie. When did we ever say that? When was that ever said? No one's ever called Trump a racist. It's just nonsense. They want to rewrite history, and we're not going to let them. And we shouldn't let them. Matt Bear's got traffic right now, taking a look at what's going on in Fishers with that fatal crash. What's the latest, Matt?
Southbound 69 still shut down at 116th Street because of a fatal crash from earlier this morning. Traffic is backed up, not quite to Campus Parkway, but there is a healthy delay here, running about 40 minutes to make it to the 116th Street exit ramp where we're being diverted right now. Now, once you're diverted, you can just cross the street over to the entrance ramp to southbound 69 and rejoin the interstate towards Indianapolis from there. But again, southbound 69 full closure at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Eastbound 465 slows from Ditch over to Meridian. On the south side, northbound 65 stop and go after Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an extra door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Keeping our eye on the weather. Could get a little squirrely out there. We'll get you everything you need to know this afternoon, 3 to 7. 93 WIBC.
We had downsized. In that downsizing, my husband lost his man cave.
Everyone is talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Deb.
My husband and I were at the home show and saw all these vendors with garage floor coatings. The one that stayed with us was Galaxy.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is 4 times stronger than epoxy.
I'm the only one home, and so it's nice when well-dressed, clean clean-cut, respectful crew show up. That's what Galaxy sent.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, and driveways in as little as 1 day, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
Warranties are real important for us, and to know that should there be an issue, Galaxy was standing behind it. That's pretty much what tipped us over to go with Galaxy.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
We are so proud to open our garage door.
We're out of this world.
After the winter we've had, thinking about spring just feels good. And this weekend, we're giving you a reason to start getting ready for it. Hey, Pat Sullivan here. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, everything is 20% off at Sullivan's. That's right, the best pricing of the season on patio furniture is now an extra 20% off. Teak, cast aluminum, all-weather wicker, Berlin garden polys, different material, different looks, the same premium quality. How about grills and accessories? 20% off. Yes, even the big green egg. Lawn and garden, paint, hardware, the yellow house, you guessed it, all 20% off. It only happens once a year, and it only happens at Sullivan's and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. So get a head start on spring and save 20% off everything. This weekend only. Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, 49th and Penn, Cicero, and Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan.
J&V here with an exclusive scoop on how you can attend one of my favorite events, the NFL Combine. You can attend for free. Step inside Lucas Oil Stadium to see future NFL stars up close on the field. There's a Combine experience for fans to pass, punt, and run. You can attend for free February the 26th through March the 1st. Sign up for your free tickets and free parking at visitnd.com/combine. The NFL Combine. Get up close to see the best college football stars trying out for the NFL. February the 26th through March the 1st. Sign up for free at visitnd.com/combine. I'll see you there.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Severe weather is already moving across parts of Indiana. If you have a clear radar, it is foggy out this morning, 53 degrees, and we're going up to 64. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Forecasters say severe weather is moving across parts of Indiana, far north of Indianapolis this morning. North central Indiana has already been under a thunderstorm warning.
Hail being the main threat with those. But for the central Indiana and southern Indiana area, the main time frame of concern is going to be the afternoon and evening hours.
Forecaster Andrew White at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says people in central Fulton County and southwestern Kosciuszko County saw hail this morning about the size of a penny, and we could see tornadoes.
Mainly in south of I-70. As we get towards the afternoon evening hours.
White says looking ahead, we'll have dry conditions on Friday, and then Sunday we could get snow in some parts of Indiana. Early this morning, as you may have heard, someone was hit and killed by someone driving a car along I-69 in Fishers. Right now, the southbound lanes are closed, and Matt Bear has much more on this coming up in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. A candlelight vigil Wednesday night in Beech Grove to remember fallen police officer Brian Elliott.
And Brian obviously was one of the best because he was hired here, and he fit the mold of what we're looking for and what my officers who they are, truly are.
Beech Grove Police Chief Michael Maurice says Officer Elliott was courageous in the line of fire, and he saved lives Monday night when he gave his own. The hundreds of people lighting up candles at the vigil Wednesday night, and funeral arrangements are pending for Officer Elliott. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, was taken into custody by UK police.
Police say they took the brother of King Charles into custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Officers reportedly arrived at a royal estate in eastern England earlier this morning to make the arrest of the former prince, who turns 66 years old today. Andrew is in custody, and investigators are carrying out searches. Police releasing this statement without naming Andrew, saying, quote, Following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office.
Fox News reporter Chanley Painter, the former royal, was previously investigated over claims he sexually assaulted Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre, though he was never charged with that crime. California authorities are still looking for a missing skier after an avalanche near Lake Tahoe. 8 skiers were buried in Tuesday's avalanche and 6 were pulled from the snow. President Trump will hold his first meeting of the Board of Peace today, and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg testifying in a social media trial. A plaintiff brought the trial, suing TikTok and YouTube and Meta, saying that she suffered from anxiety and depression and social media is to blame. Sports on WIBC at 7:34.
Yeah, it was good to have some rest, so then we could have a couple harder practices to incorporate those guys. I think that worked out well timing-wise.
That's Indiana Pacers center Jay Huff talking about coming back from the All-Star break with some new players and a fresh energy to finish out the second half of the season strong.
We're always going to play hard. I think, as hard as we can. It's hard, given our record, it's tough, but I think there's still a lot to be gained from this type of year. A lot of development, a lot of just learning each other, learning how each other plays.
And the Indiana Pacers go for their 3rd straight win tonight against the Washington Wizards on the road. The Pacers 15-40, second to last place in the Eastern Conference. Tip-off at 7. Number 7, Purdue and Indiana hook up tomorrow in West Lafayette. The game tips at 8, and Butler beat Georgetown 93-89 last night, giving head coach Thad Matta his 500th career coaching victory. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Yeah, Ryan, looking at southbound 69 and Fishers. All lanes still closed. The interstate is closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash, and this has traffic stopped past 126th Street. If you're coming down southbound 69 from Pendleton, you'll start to hit a slowdown before Campus Parkway. A lot of drivers peeling off there. We are being diverted at 116th Street, forced off at 116th Street, where we can then cross the street and hop right back on southbound 69. So that's one reroute, but again, a lot of drivers bailing at Campus Parkway Southeastern. Again, southbound 69, full closure, 116th Street. Eastbound 465 on the north side, crash reported between Ditch and Meridian Sloan to Michigan Road. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
The list of new major generals was long, but one name not included on that list would echo through history.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by the WIBC Daily Newsletter.
February 19th, 1777. Congress promoted 5 brigadier generals and passed over Benedict Arnold, a daring officer who had bled for the cause. To many, it was politics. To Arnold, betrayal. Pride hardened into bitterness. Ambition began to outweigh loyalty, and resentment took root. Washington still trusted him. But that day, America's boldest fighter began the descent that would make his name synonymous with treason.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Have the latest headlines and show content delivered to your inbox daily. Sign up at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen. Where
Today on the marketplace. All right, we may have gotten ridiculous. America, we may be out of our minds. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. So much stuff is on the Marketplace. I've bought, I've sold, I've done it all. The Marketplace segment Brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. You've got cash waiting for you. It's actually yours. It's not just free money. It's your money. It's owed to you. Go get it. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text my name, Tony, to 46220. Text Tony to 46220 and get started. Matt Bear joins me right now. Matt, you're a guy who's pro pet, correct?
Oh, I love dogs.
Yeah, you're crazy about them.
Yeah, right. But I like cats too. Cats are cool. They're fun.
So you like dogs, you like cats, and of course you like to pet them.
Snakes.
Maybe rub their belly. And then, of course, you want to feed them, right?
No, you got to feed them, Tony. It's not an option.
Got it.
Yeah,
it's part of the rules, right?
Well, they starve. I mean,
and so when you feed them, like never mind what you're doing, like what actual food. Where do you put it? Like how do you like to feed them?
Sometimes I like to put it on my nose, and they can bite it off my nose, and just kind of. Or you could use a dog bowl too. That's a possibility.
Use a dog bowl. Now, does your dog bowl have to be fancy?
No, it's a dog bowl, for crying out loud. It could be plastic.
These people are selling Yeti Boomer dog bowls. I don't know why they're called boomers. That's pretty funny. It's a Yeti dog bowl.
Why the hell does your dog need a Yeti?
I don't know.
Oh, it's because you don't want your dog to spill its breakfast when it's driving to work. That's why.
No, the dog can't drive.
Okay, all right. So
it's not like Toonses.
Okay, so we're back to why does your dog need a Yeti? Toonses.
Toonses was a cat, by the way.
Toonses the driving cat.
Yeah, starring the great Victoria Jackson, who, by the way, is a delight and a treat. I haven't spoken to her in a good long time. Victoria Jackson is a treat. They're Yeti dog bowls. They've got 4 of them, $25 each, Matt Bear.
No.
What's weird is I don't even think that's too high of a price. I think the idea that you have a Yeti dog bowl is just so you could say you have a Yeti dog bowl.
My dog has a Yeti. You put it on Facebook.
Right?
Look how well I spoil my dog better than you.
What does your dog eat out of? My dog only eats out of a Yeti.
Right. My beautiful $25 Yeti.
Yes.
Yeti makes great product. I love Yeti, but not for a dog. I just don't think it's necessary at all.
I thought it was weird.
It's weird. Yeah, exactly.
It is. It is. By the way, at $25, there's 4 of them available, $25 each. I guarantee you this is sold by the end of the day.
Somebody in Hamilton County.
My little Fluffy won't eat anything that isn't out of a Yeti. No.
What kind of dog food, do you put in a Yeti dog bowl?
Caviar.
Caviar.
Yeah, of course.
Caviar's good.
Salmon.
Right. Some kind of delicious fish.
Creme brulee for the puppy.
Oh, of course. Of course. And then you just put the torch right on and it caramelizes right there in the Yeti.
My dog eats baked Alaska for my Yeti dog bowl.
It's funny. Everybody in central Indiana is laughing at how ridiculous this is. And in Zionsville, they're saying, I don't understand. I think that's a pretty good price for Yetis.
There's a bidding war right now.
Right?
A bidding war has erupted.
Yes. True.
I'll pay $65 for that Yeti dog bowl.
Oh, gladly. And then they'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
So you're a no.
No, I'm a no. I don't have a dog and I don't want a Yeti dog bowl.
So. What if you buy the Yeti dog bowls and you use them for your oatmeal? It's only a dog bowl if you give it to the dog. After that, if you don't do that, you've got options.
That is the best idea in the world. That is the best idea in the world. Oh my God.
Matt's getting for Christmas.
I'm mad clicking right now. Mad clicking.
Right.
Oh,
Go get that done.
Perfect oatmeal bowls, man.
Perfect. You can't put it in the microwave.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Why? Well, okay.
I think there's metal.
So?
You know what? You live your life.
Right. I accidentally did that once with a fork, and I almost burned the whole place down.
As far as I'm concerned, this is still America, and if you want to put a metal bowl in a microwave, I think you, Matt Bear, should be able to live your life, and the rest of us should watch and see how long you actually live.
Right. Get on it, State House. We need legislation.
No, we don't need legislation. We need free people. Stay out of the way, State House. The dog bowls, the Yeti dog bowls are there on the marketplace. Go to WIBC.com and check it out for yourself. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning. Only a few more days left to get your tickets for the party that starts the year. Trump 1 year and 1 month later. Go to WIBC.com. 3 different kinds of bourbon for you to try. Incredible food. I've got such a great time planned for you with the live music and the red carpet. Honestly, wear something nice and come join the party. The Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. Get your tickets right now. Go to WIBC.com and join me Saturday, February 28th. We're going to have a great time. I want to see you there.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT. Kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 at Fishers is still closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash, and this delay continues to grow, not quite to Campus Parkway, definitely past 126th Street. It's running anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes right now, so if you get caught in it, it's going to be a minute before you're diverted to 116th Street. Once that does happen, to get back on southbound 69, you just cross 116th Street and hop on the entrance ramp, so it's pretty easy. But if you're coming down from Pendleton any further north this morning on southbound 69, you can expect this delay in closure. A lot of people exiting right now at Campus Parkway and starting their reroute there, and that just completely skips the backup. Crash on the north side, eastbound 465 after ditch, south side northbound 65, stop and go South Keystone to the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today, because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
52 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
If you're looking for the best deal on TRT, don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for a franchise or settle for a one-size-fits-all dose from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergen X at Low T Center, you can get powerful TRT dosed for your body and get it covered by insurance. Synergen X at Low T Center work with most insurance plans and customize each dose of TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. It's TRT that actually works with your body. In February, they're offering free testosterone test. Go to SynergenX or lowtcenter.com and book today.
At Low T Center, they're extending their New Year's promotion to give you the start you need for February. Book a free testosterone test right now. It's free. Synergen X and Low T Center. lowtcenter.com or synergenx.com. Same thing, and book that free TRT appointment. Book right now. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is always committed to premium service and no shenanigans.
Go DuganAir.com. Dugan Air Heating and Cooling is your independent American Standard air dealer.
For a limited time, get 40% off all products. Plus, get an entry door for $187.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business. We mean business.
Trust me.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Looking for a love connection? Head in to Great Lakes Honda of Fishers, where you're sure to match with one of the stunning Hondas they have in their inventory.
Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon.
Airplay Live is coming your way May 15th, featuring Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes. Relive the comedy classic like never before with stories, laughs, and unforgettable moments. Don't miss Airplane Live. More ticket information now at WIBC.com.
Hey, yeah, I want to shoot, baby, shoot.
How you doing, baby? No, not you. You, the bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name?
Yesterday we learned of a crash in Hendricks County that killed one person. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It was a semi with a trailer eastbound on 36. The allegation is it ran a red light at the intersection, struck a car traveling northbound. That impact caused the car to hit another vehicle that was in the left turn lane traveling westbound on 36. A 64-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. The Hendricks County Sheriff's Office, as reported by Fox 59, indicated that the Indiana State Police detained one of the drivers involved in the incident on behalf of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So do we have now confirmation that the driver of this truck was here illegally? Is this another story amongst many, many stories that we have another trucker here illegally involved in an accident that kills somebody? And yes, I have seen the citizen journalism, if you will, regarding the number of trucking companies that are in Avon. It's pretty amazing. That's a lot of trucking companies, all based out of people's homes. Now, are they trucking companies or are they logistic companies engaging in brokering of freight? I don't know. Just because there are a lot of them in an area doesn't mean that they're all engaged in some kind of fraudulent activity. I don't even know how the fraudulent activity would work. But it is a massive, massive number. Who are they hiring? If they're hiring drivers, are these people who are checked, tested? Are they citizens? Does anybody even ask? Does anybody even care? And if they're not hiring citizens, why are they in business? Why aren't they in jail? One of the things that we discussed after seeing the fraud in Minneapolis with these daycare centers, with these home health situations, the millions, the billions that are being lost all around the country. It's not just Minneapolis. When do people go to jail is the question. I, for one, am exhausted by seeing people so flagrantly break the law and nothing happens to them. Are these people, these trucking companies, are they hiring people in the country legally? Have we checked, double-checked, and rechecked? And if not, are we pulling their license? Yes or no? And if we're not pulling their license, what exactly are we doing here? How could we possibly allow this to happen? How many more days are we going to let go by before we say, that's enough of that? We're not losing another person on our roads to illegal immigrants as truckers. And so it can be said clearly, I am going to choose Hoosier citizens over illegal immigrant truckers. I don't care what happens to the illegal immigrant trucker or their family, because they have stated that they don't care what happens to Hoosier citizens and their families. I have made a choice. And I would look very askew at anybody who made an opposite choice. Do I think that a state house could do more than one thing at a time? Absolutely. And if we're going to go after the Chicago Bears, I say good. But are we going to do this? Governor Braun, are we going to fix this? Are we going to start looking into these things and start throwing people in jail who are not even running trucking companies if there's some kind of fraud involved, but if they're hiring people here illegally? We're going to start throwing people in jail. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Because if it's no, I'm sorry, we're going to need all new people in the State House and in the governor's mansion. Matt Bear's got traffic, the latest on what's going on in Fishers. What's up, Matt?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 still closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. The backup has almost reached Campus Parkway. A lot of traffic exiting there at Campus Parkway. And if you're coming southbound 69 this morning, say for Pendleton or further up north, you will encounter this delay. Again, southbound 69 shut down at 116th Street because of a crash. Eastbound 465 crash clear after ditch, still slow to 865. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
This is Chuck Lofton, here to talk to you about my friends at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute, once-a-week workout program that will change your life. My wife Mary and I have been clients for 6 years. The program has worked well with my busy schedule. I was getting cardio, but I started the program because I understood the importance of strength training to overall health. It's helped me with managing my blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar. The biggest help? My sluggish feeling was replaced with much-needed energy. It's designed to help clients get stronger in a shorter period of time. The studios are private, just you and your coach working to reach your goals. Exercise Inc. has 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now Fishers. So take it from me, Chuck Lofton. Improve the forecast for your health. Go to exerciseinc.com today to request a free consultation.
The winter snow and ice are starting to melt, but that water has to go somewhere, often straight into your basement. Even a small leak now can turn into major damage later. Every home deserves personal attention from skilled professionals. Indiana Foundation Service experts take the time to inspect, explain, and execute each repair to the highest standard. In the meantime, keep an eye out for these warning signs: damp or wet floors, musty smells or mold, condensation on walls or windows, sagging floors, or rotting wood. If you notice any of these, do not wait. Call Indiana Foundation Service today. Indiana Foundation Service will inspect your basement, find the source of the water, and create a plan to keep it dry. Protect your home before spring rains hit. Visit IndianaFoundation.com to schedule a free inspection and no-pressure quote today. Indiana Foundation Service, your trusted local waterproofing experts.
Indiana Foundation Service, reliability from the ground up.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Miss Valentine's Day? No worries.
Zero Res is keeping the love going with a 1 week only post-Valentine's flash sale. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $109 and get a free 4th room. That's $181 savings. But you gotta book it by February 20th to get this deal. This is a limited time offer and spots are going to fill up fast. Call my friends at Zero Res right now, 317-388-5141. Online at zeroresindy.com and just say you want the WIBC special.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org.
It's JMV. With the snow melt and the recent rains, groundwater's flowing and soil is moving. Call LD Smith Plumbing and Drains right now and get a free sump pump installed when you purchase a battery backup system. LDSmithPlumbing.com or call 317-927-7186 today.
Day 18 of the search for Nancy Guthrie.
93 WIBC.
Russia and Ukraine talked again today in Geneva, brokered by the U.S.
What happens next?
He takes a much different approach to America's national security, and he's much more willing to act aggressively.
Happens here.
Mark Zuckerberg will testify today.
Stay in the know.
In a trial against social media.
While you're on the go.
Beach Grove will hold a candlelight vigil to honor Officer Elliott tonight at 6:30 at the police station.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Coming up in 2 minutes, severe weather already moving across parts of Indiana. I'll tell you where and when it'll be in Indianapolis. A vigil held last night for a Beach Grove police officer in what the city of Indianapolis is using taxpayer money for. Those stories coming up after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis on a Thursday morning. It's 8 o'clock.
Britain's king reacts to his brother's arrest. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The law must take its course. King Charles put that out in a statement. He's already taken away the title of Prince from Andrew after being implicated in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking scheme.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is King Charles's younger brother. He has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office over allegations he sent confidential government documents to Jeffrey Epstein.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett in London.
This was an arrest, so it would have come as a surprise instead of being invited to the police station for an interview. Now, an arrest also means police can now search his home and possessions.
South Korea's ousted then impeached president is now a prisoner.
Yoon Suk-yeol was trying to overcome an opposition-controlled Congress in December 2024 when he suddenly declared martial law. The imposition failed. Yoon has been found guilty of rebellion for mobilizing the security forces in an illegal attempt to seize the assembly and arrest his opponents. A special prosecutor demanded the death penalty. Ultimately, the sentence is life in prison.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump just posted on Truth Social he only wants Americans to vote in American elections, continuing his voter ID push the Democrats have blocked in Congress. Today, the president goes to Georgia touting a stronger economy, campaigning for Republicans ahead of the midterm elections. The president will be in former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's district as early voting is underway in a special election to replace Greene, a former Trump ally who resigned after their relationship soured. Before that trip, President Trump chairs his first Board of Peace meeting next hour.
More than 45 countries expected to attend to talk about the stabilization force expected to deploy in that region as Hamas continues to resist disarming in phase 2, as well as the fund to rebuild Gaza, generated in part by contributions from Board of Peace members.
That's Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's one of those days when the sky can flip the switch fast. You have a clear radar for now in downtown Indianapolis where it's 53 degrees. We're headed up to 64. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Hail has been popping up across parts of northeast Indiana this morning, and in South Whitley, forecasters say it was roughly the size of a penny at about 5:30 this morning. They also say a stronger weather system is headed to Indianapolis, and that's what's behind the hail.
Yeah, anytime we get these much warmer than normal temperatures in the late winter time frame, that really increases the chance for severe weather, because a lot of the other things that we look for the potential for severe weather, like shear, is typically a lot higher during the late winter time frame.
That's forecaster Andrew White at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis. He says wind is the primary threat today, although we could see tornadoes. Early this morning, someone was hit and killed by somebody driving a car along I-69 in Fishers. Matt Baer has a full look on the implications to traffic and how you can reroute coming up in a couple of minutes in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center. Amazing grace. Gone but not forgotten. Jarrett Lewis has more from the candlelight vigil Wednesday night in Beech Grove to remember Officer Brian Elliott.
Hundreds of people and fellow officers gathering in Beech Grove to remember Officer Brian Elliott. He was shot and killed Monday while responding to a domestic call at an apartment complex. Beech Grove Mayor James Kaufman says Officer Elliott's legacy will live on forever.
And I assure you, he will never be forgotten. He offered his life for something greater. And in doing so, he changed all of our lives forever.
His patrol car now sits at the police station as a memorial, covered in flowers, flags, and handwritten notes. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The idea of bringing the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana is very much still alive, and political leaders right now at the State House are talking about how they could set up a stadium authority that would basically give a group the permission to scout land, figure out the financing, and start laying the groundwork for a possible NFL home for the region and the Bears. There's a press conference scheduled for 9 o'clock this morning at the State House to dig into the details. Indianapolis, the city of Indianapolis, is spending taxpayer money to hire a consulting firm called Taylor Advising to help the Indianapolis Police Department set up a 5-year plan that would get them on track towards some of their goals.
It was truly meaningful to have a voice in this process and to know so many others who represent the diversity of our city too.
And that's one of the people involved in the process. IMPD says the feedback would help them create a better workplace and foster an environment where they could bring in more police to protect the city. The Indiana Pacers get back to work tonight against the Washington Wizards on the road. Head coach Rick Carlisle says there is a silver lining through the struggles they've had.
You know, younger guys have gotten an opportunity to play more all season long because of the wide range of injuries and stuff like that, and we've seen tremendous improvement.
And the tip-off at 7 o'clock. Also in Washington, D.C. last night, Butler head coach Thad Matta got his 500th career coaching win when his team beat the Georgetown Hoyas 93-89. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 8:05 traffic on the 5s. What are you watching for us, Matt Baer?
Yeah, Ryan. Fishers southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Traffic is stopped almost to Campus Parkway. A lot of drivers are using that Campus Parkway exit to begin their reroute. Otherwise, you are going to be stuck in this very long delay, eventually being diverted to 116th Street. If that happens, just cross 116th Street, then you can hop right back on southbound 69. But man, is that going to take you a minute. Again, southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. North side crash clear. Eastbound 465 after ditch. That's slow traffic back to 865. Also backs us up on northbound 465 286th Street. South side northbound 65 delayed 8 minutes from Keystone Avenue into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. It's cold out, but Great Lakes Honda of Fishers is heating things up with hot deals. Visit Great Lakes Honda of Fishers and fall in love with the new vehicle. Shop online at GreatLakesHondaFishers.com and come in for a test drive. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, which TV meteorologist? We're watching a couple things regarding the weather today and the possibility of tornadoes. What's the latest?
Well, we've got some fog out there right now, so use caution as you were out and about this morning. Visibility reduced less than a mile in some locations. We'll go with mostly cloudy skies today. Later this afternoon, between about 2 p.m. and after, we're going to see the chance for some of these showers and thunderstorms to pop up. And some of these could be on the stronger side. And all severe weather modes in play today, strong straight line winds, large hail possible, and also some tornadic activity as well. We'll look for highs today near 67 degrees. Now, these thunderstorms may continue through about 10 p.m. They'll eventually begin to end. We'll drop to 40 tonight, but the winds increase. Of course, non-thunderstorm winds may gust 30 to 35 miles per hour. It's going to be a blustery and colder day Friday. Highs only near 50 and 30s, back into the 30s Sunday and Monday with some snow showers possible.
That is just insane.
I know.
That is a switch. 70 and possible tornadoes and then snow.
Yep.
Indiana,
That's February for
special.
you. Yes.
Now, next weekend, February 28th, what is the weather looking
yes.
like? Can we look that far ahead? What is the weather looking like for that Saturday?
I think I looked at the Climate Prediction Center the other day that kind of gives like a weekly outlook, and we're on the fringe of like warmer than normal temperatures.
Yes.
So, and normal is about 42. So, but I'll continue to watch it. But that was the last time I looked. So, so I'm saying there's a chance that we'll have good weather.
All right. It's a nice way to start it. We'll figure it out from there. Okay. That's Tara Hastings from Wish TV. Appreciate you, Tara, very, very much. 53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:09. The former prince has been arrested. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This is Prince Andrew that we are discussing right here, who is no longer the prince. He is Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and he has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The king, his name is Charles, the brother, has put out a statement. I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated and in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. Charles. Now, is this the first arrest in the Epstein saga? I don't know what this is about regarding misconduct in public office. Is the misconduct the relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Is it clearly that he had a relationship or he engaged in sex with these underage girls? At least that's how I see it. I'm not sure if it's something else. What I do know is life without the Queen has been very bad for Andrew. It doesn't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. We'll have more on this. Matt Barrow will have more on traffic coming up in a little bit. And if we don't start doing something regarding those who shouldn't be in the country, and you say to me, aren't we doing something? Well, we're doing something on one level. Have we done anything about Chinese nationals yet? Well, we need to. That story is coming up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace too strict.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are extending our President's Day sale now until Monday, March the 2nd. Save up to $800 on mattresses, up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel, and all outdoor furniture is on sale now. Hurry, sale ends Monday with free delivery, saving you even more, only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Ben Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G coverage. What? Franklin wasn't even a president. Hang on to those Benjamins. Dial pound 250, say micro, and save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to an American wireless company that's truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This hour is powered by Dugan Air Heating and Cooling, your American Standard Air dealer.
February is when excuses disappear and effort has to show up every night.
It's been a rough couple weeks for us, but this group will keep fighting, keep learning, and get back on track.
The Big Ten is stacked, and postseason hopes are at stake.
Confidence is one of those things, like you drop a couple, and then you got to figure out a way to put it away fast. There's another one coming right in front of you.
IU meets Purdue, Friday at 8 on the home of the Hoosiers, 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, what's the latest?
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 at Fishers is closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Traffic is stopped for about 3.5 miles, not quite to Campus Parkway, but we're almost there. In fact, traffic exiting at the Campus Parkway off-ramp and beginning their reroute from there. If you do get stuck in this delay, it's running about 45 minutes to an hour right now. Eventually, you'll be diverted to 116th Street, where you can then cross 116th Street, hop right back on southbound 69. But again, southbound 69 at 116th closed, and it'll likely be closed for the rest of rush hour. On the north side, eastbound 465 still stop and go Michigan Road to ditch because of an earlier crash that has cleared. And Carmel, watch for emergency crews responding to a house fire at 126 High Drive, actually on High Drive to the north of 126th Street. Those westbound lanes are awfully slow right now. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:16. This was the headline. Organized criminal networks operating grow houses in Maine. Oh, well, that's not a problem at all. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. Authorities in rural Maine are finding these large-scale marijuana grow operations inside ordinary homes tied to organized Chinese criminal networks. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff, human trafficking, money laundering, mortgage fraud, bringing illegal pesticides into the state. They're finding hundreds, sometimes thousands of marijuana plants inside residential homes. Organized criminal network operated by a Chinese group here in the U.S. every day, every single day, we realize what's been done to us. I want to know when we get angry about it. Every day you see what has happened when you don't have a border, when you don't secure the border, when you think that it's about kindness and welcoming the stranger. I don't want to welcome Chinese nationals that are growing weed and bringing in human trafficking. Screw them. Throw them all out. And do not let another Chinese national into the country. Can't own land, you cannot own property. Now, somewhere I'm going to get yelled at to think that I'm going after people who are Chinese, and I am not. I'm not going after people who are Chinese and are Americans. I'm not going after Americans at all. I am saying no to anybody walking into the country. Walking in from the southern border, walking in from the northern border, which we know is an issue. And I think that we should be very clear with these countries that our response is going to be vicious. You control your people. This is the part of the argument that I don't see enough of. Where is the aggression towards these nations that clearly want to do us harm? They open up jails and allow their people to enter the United States. I think Mexico is outrageously guilty for allowing people to travel through Mexico to the United States. And I don't think we should treat Mexico well in the slightest until they learn how to treat us well. And I think that China should live in absolute fear of what we will do next for trying to poison us from the inside. What are we doing? What possibly are we allowing here? What's so wrong with saying that we deserve the right to live free and safe? That our conversation of legal immigration doesn't involve any of this. That you have not only Chinese nationals, in this case, 7 charged on charges related to an alleged multi-million-dollar money laundering, alien smuggling, and drug traffic enterprise. That was July, the DOJ engaged those indictments. How about those working in labs at universities where they're bringing viruses into the U.S.? Why would we say yes to any of this? This goes back to President Trump being wrong about allowing Chinese nationals to attend our universities. I do not care if Indiana universities go bankrupt. We absolutely should not allow Chinese nationals at universities. IU, Purdue, Ball State, Notre Dame, Marion, Butler, you name it. Well, Butler's private. I said what I said. I'm not going to sit here and listen to some argument about how, well, the schools need this. They'll tell the schools to compete without it. It's a national security issue. The answer is no. But really, this comes down to a conversation of what we have allowed and what the Biden administration did. Don't get me wrong, other administrations have done this. What it is that was allowed over the last 4 years. Exactly how much damage have we done to ourselves? It goes to this story. The co-founder of Colombia's Palestinian Student Union has just won their deportation case. This is somebody who I believe is not a citizen, right? Because that's why we're talking about deportation. On a college campus, making anti-Semitic statements, leading these protests, threatening and intimidating students, will not be deported. This according to an immigration judge by the name of Nina Froese, saying that the Department of Homeland Security did not provide sufficient admissible evidence to establish that this person was removable. Now, the judge is saying that the Department of Homeland Security didn't provide the documentation. If that's the case, I'm okay with firing Kristi Noem. I'm okay with firing people for not doing their job to remove people. But non-citizens are not citizens. Why in the world do we think that they have these rights? Why do we keep allowing this to take place? Madness is afoot. It really is madness. And because these documents were not provided, the government was unable to meet its burden of proving removability. The idea that people come to the country and think that somehow they're allowed to attack the country and we have to take it, it's crazed. It's mental. It's valueless. Why would we do something that's valueless? And why is there a political party that supports it? Why are there universities that support it? We should say no. And anytime we get into a conversation about how they engage with students and the level of bigotry and the level of intimidation, of course don't provide them any funding. Tell Columbia to figure it out. I don't know how many billions they have in an endowment. You figure it out. Why in the world should we allow ourselves to allow the spawn of the CCP to be educated in our universities? Why should we allow Islamists and anti-American zealots to be educated in our universities? Why should we allow them in the country? I swear to you, there's no dignity. The progressives who want this, these are the kind of people who really like the walk of shame. Aren't you embarrassed? Was it really that good of a night? Because it doesn't seem like these are people that provide any value whatsoever. The hatred, the bigotry, the drugs, the human trafficking, the intimidation, none of those things are things that we should value. So let's say no. Let's say no. This is why I say, in order to win the midterms, you don't have ICE stop. You continue. You continue to go down this road. You continue to remove people. We voted for strength, and we want to see it. No capitulation to these people who are monstrous. Whether they're the non-citizen attacking the country, the non-citizen trafficking in the country, or the citizen who supports them. They have to lose. I'm sorry. I think I understand well what's happening here. And I understand the consequences. They have to lose and we have to win. And that's all there is to it. And I will be discussing this in depth February 28th and how we utilize this kind of conversation. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com, the food, the bourbon, the live music, the good times, and you, Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis, February 28th. I think tickets sales ends very soon. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get them while you still can. I know a couple people just got some VIP tickets just yesterday. Still available. Make it happen. We've opened up some space. I want to see you there. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Now is the time. Matt Bear, he's got traffic on the 5s.
Yeah, Tony, southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Traffic has stopped almost to Campus Parkway. And right now, a lot of drivers exiting to Campus Parkway and beginning their reroute there. If not, you will be stuck in this lengthy delay. Eventually get diverted to 116th Street. From there, you can cross the street and re-enter southbound 69. So that's the easy part. The waiting's the hard part. Again, southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. You can expect it to be closed for the remainder of rush hour. On the northwest side, northbound 465 stall on the exit ramp 286th Street. South side, northbound 65 stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split, a 7-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Keeping our eye on the weather. Could get a little squirrely out there. We'll get you everything you need to know this afternoon, 3 to 7. 93 WIBC.
A $200 million buyback in mortgage securities, plus a new rate-friendly Fed chair coming this spring. These moves are intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now is the time to prepare to sell your home. It's time to call the expert, Mark Dietel. Maybe you need to sell now. Mark can give you a fast cash offer. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date. No long-term contracts. You cancel anytime you want. Heath in Indianapolis said we were preparing for our new build and needed our home sold at a specific time. Mark Dietel's team listed it strategically and sold it in just 4 days for full price. Their expertise made our move smooth and stress-free. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232. Tell him Tony Katz sent you, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
If the new year means it's time for new flooring in your home, Brothers Floor Covering is ready to help. Brand new carpet, hardwoods, laminates, and luxury vinyl plank in stock now. Plus, Brothers Floor Covering can get you new flooring installed in as little as 2 weeks. Visit Brothers Floor Covering today at their new location, 8550 North Michigan Road. Discover why buying local means getting more, not paying more. Get the flooring of your dreams installed now. Go to brothers-floorcovering.com. That's brothers-floorcovering.com.
Got cabin fever? We've got the ultimate cure. The Ford 71st Annual Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. February 20th through 22nd and 25th through March 1st at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Over 750,000 square feet of the latest boats, RVs, Tackletown USA, travel destinations, and much more. Kids Day Saturday, February 21st. Don't miss the 31st Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo. One ticket gets you into both shows. Visit IndySportsShow.com. Another Renfro production.
At Pella Windows and Doors, we've spent decades helping homeowners replace their windows and doors with products they can trust, installed by local experts. For a limited time, get 22% off Pella products. Visit PellaIndy.com/radio to learn why America's homeowners rate Pella Windows and Doors of Indianapolis #1 most trusted and highest value. Call 833-87-PELLA. Restrictions apply. See site for details. Study of homeowner perceptions of leading national brands. Study commissioned by Pella, 2023.
Caring for someone nearing the end of life brings questions you may never feel ready to answer. Like, when is the right time to ask about hospice? How do you balance medical needs with honoring someone's final wishes? This is Tina McIntosh, founder of Joy's House and co-host of Caregiver Crossing. Hospice is more than care at the end of life. Stay tuned.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Hospice teams provide medical support, yes, but they also provide guidance and counseling and comfort. Caregivers share how hospice gave them moments of peace they didn't see coming. Sitting together, sharing stories, simply resting without fear. Hospice doesn't take your role away. It makes space for you to step back in your most important role as someone who loves someone who is dying. Caregiver Crossing brings honest conversations about hospice and many other parts of caregiving every Sunday morning. Or you can visit joyshouse.org for past episodes and resources. Rated by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana.
Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts. Big enough to service, small enough to care.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
If you don't have a severe weather plan, you might want to think about getting one. You have a cloudy sky, but a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 53 degrees. Parts of the state have already been under severe thunderstorm warnings this morning. Not here in Indy, not yet. We're headed up to 64. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31.
Yeah, today's definitely going to be one of those days to keep a close eye on the radar.
That's Andrew White at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, talking about a severe storm headed this way, probably some point in the afternoon.
Yeah, anytime we get these much warmer than normal temperatures in the late winter time frame, that really increases the chance for severe weather, because a lot of the other things that we look for the potential for severe weather, like shear, is typically a lot higher during the late winter time frames.
Parts of northeastern Indiana this morning saw hail about the size of a penny. The highway, I-69 in Fishers, is still closed southbound as somebody was hit and killed by somebody driving a car. Police are on the scene and crews are working to reconstruct that scene. Matt Baer will have an update coming up for you in the 93 WIBC Traffic Center in a moment. A community coming together to mourn the loss of a man who worked to protect them. Here's Jarrett Lewis.
A candlelight vigil Wednesday night in Beech Grove to remember fallen police officer Brian Elliott.
And Brian
obviously was one of the best because he was hired here and he fit the mold of what we're looking for and what my officers, who they are, truly are.
Beech Grove Police Chief Michael Marie says Officer Elliott was courageous in the line of fire, and he saved lives that Monday night when he gave his. Of the hundreds of people lighting up the dark blue skies Wednesday night with their candles, there are fellow officers, friends, and Brian's family. Jarrett Lewis, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
They're huddling at the State House this morning as political leaders talk about the prospects of bringing the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana. There's a press conference in about 27 minutes that will lay out the groundwork and the details, featuring House Speaker Todd Houston. The search for Nancy Guthrie continues as the FBI has now doubled its reward for any information that advances. They're now serving up a $200,000 reward.
The FBI has been in contact with Mexican authorities about the Guthrie case. And while we're told that this is standard operating procedure for a case like this so close to the border, it is notable here because it speaks to the wide net that has been cast in this investigation. Now, hundreds of federal and state investigators are working this case hard. There have been tens of thousands of tips called in. The sheriff says he remains optimistic as long as these tips keep coming in. Investigators continue to analyze partial DNA found in Guthrie's home belonging to an unknown person and male DNA found on a glove some 2 miles away from the home.
That's Fox's Brian Yennis in Tucson, Arizona. And President Trump will be in the swing state of Georgia today talking about the economy in 3 districts represented by former Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. And sports on WIBC at 8:34. The Indiana Pacers tried to extend their winning streak to 3 as the second half of the season gets underway in the nation's capital against the Washington Wizards. Head coach Rick Carlisle says injuries to key players have given the younger players a chance to step up this season.
It's really unlucky what happened to Johnny Furphy because he was making great progress. Walker's made great progress. Even Mathurin and Jackson did too. And now we got some guys, some G League guys on 2 ways that have a chance to help us and help themselves.
It's been a forgettable season for the Pacers, who are 15-40. Tonight's game tips off at 7 coverage over on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan starts at 6:30. In Washington, D.C. last night.
Iwuchukwu back to Mulready. He'll throw it up. That's the ball game. The Dogs have won 93-89. And Thad Matta has picked up his 500th win as a head coach.
On the Butler Athletic Network, the win snaps a 6-game Butler losing streak. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. What are you looking at, Matt Bear?
Yeah, right now, southbound 69 still closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. As traffic is stopped for about 4 miles. It's delayed now to Campus Parkway, and a lot of drivers exiting there. If you pass the Campus Parkway exit, you will be stuck in traffic until you get to 116th Street, where they are diverting right now. From there, you can cross 116th Street and hop right back on southbound 69. But southbound 69 still closed at 116th because of a fatal crash. Carmel southbound 31 is stopped at the City Center Drive down to 106th Street. Crews responding to a house fire, 126 on High Drive. Right now, westbound 126th Street is backed up a little bit. On the northwest side, northbound 465 exiting to 86. That's a stall on the exit ramp. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Book your custom patio project before March 1st and save up to $2,500. Indy Decorative Concrete, the patio experts, big enough to service, small enough to care. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
54 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time right now is 8:37. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures are down 170. NASDAQ futures are down 137. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. We have got oil prices up $66.40 on the West Texas crude, $71.51 on the Brent crude. This is because of the possibility of military escalation with Iran. That's what this is right here. The 10-year Treasury up a little bit at 4.102. Gold is now at $49.88, so almost back to 5,000 an ounce. It actually has crossed 5,000 so far today. Silver at $77.96 an ounce. Bitcoin down to 66,376. That's where it sits as we speak. Do I think that we're going to hit Iran this weekend, as people have mentioned? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea, because I don't know what the hit means. Taking out military sites, taking out nuclear sites. We took out nuclear sites. We're going to take out more nuclear sites. Wait, there are more nuclear sites? Oh, don't tell Tucker or Candace Owens. They're going to be shocked and upset. They're going to be so angry. I think if you want to do away with the regime, you have to hit the oil. You have to hit the oil. I don't know how else this works. I can't do the math on how else this works. So that's where I think oil prices are up right now. That's where we remain right now in the madness. We'll see what takes place. Now, the world is crazy, but we do not have to be. That's why I bring you the Tony Katz TK Thursday Music Moment, presented by KillaDentRemoval.com. The door dings, the hail damage, you've got whatever the issue is that you've got dents in your car. You call KillaDentRemoval.com and they'll come to you. The paintless dent repair, mobile dent repair, they come to you, make everything look absolutely, positively incredible. Fantastic and terrific. KillaDentRemoval.com. Talk to them today about making your car look as good as new. Now, normally, I send the song over, record it, I send it over to producer Carl. I didn't get a chance to do it. I'm telling you, the allergies made me a little bit loopy. I'm just moving at a slower speed. Carl's like, you're not, the microphone sounds very low. I'm like, it's me. That's all. Allergies, and everyone's talking about how these colds have lingered and stuck with people. Stinks to high heaven. It could be much worse. I'm only letting you know that I might not be at my top performance today. So I'll play the song from here. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, Carl. Blanket, we'll do it live. It'll be just fine. We actually teased this song earlier this week, because it's been 5 years since the passing of Rush Limbaugh, which is a crazy thing to think about. I mean, really and truly, just nuts. So I'm like, you know what? I can't believe I haven't done this song yet. I can't believe that I never got to it. And there's a pretty long version of it, but it's the song that introed his show. It was actually the B-side to Back on the Chain Gang from the Learning to Crawl album, 1982. By the way, have I described what this is, the music moment? The world's crazy, but we don't have to be. So we play some music, we get ourselves together, we take a moment to breathe, and we get back to it. It's just that easy. Roll down your windows, turn up your speakers. The Pretenders. My City Was Gone. Let's go.
Ohio. Ohio, but my family was gone. I stood on the back porch, there was nobody home. I was stunned and amazed. My childhood memories so swirled past like the wind through the trees. Hey, oh, where to go, Ohio? Ohio, but my pretty countryside had been paved down the middle by a government that had no pride. The farms of Ohio had been replaced by shopping malls, and music filled the air. From Seneca to Cahoga Falls, city area, oh, where to go, Ohio?
It is a classic. That it is. The TK Thursday Music Moment presented by Kill a Dent Removal. Find all the songs over at WIBC.com. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matt?
Fisher southbound 69 closed at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Traffic is stopped for about 4 miles to Campus Parkway. A lot of drivers peeling off there because they want to avoid the delay. If you missed the Campus Parkway exit, you'll be pushed at 116th Street. From there, you can cross 116th and re-enter southbound 69. Again, an extended closure, southbound 69 at 116th Street because of a fatal crash. Southbound 31 is stopped coming down from Carmel because of a crash between 111th and 106th. Stopped all the way back to Main Street for a delay time of 15 minutes. North side eastbound 465 after Michigan Road crash blocking the left lane, slowing us down to the 865 ramps. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at B Window, receive up to 40% off all products, plus get an entry door for $187. Call or visit bwindow.com today. Because of B Window, they mean business. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
53 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:47. Only a few more days left to get your tickets for the party that starts the year. Trump 1 year and 1 month later. Go to WIBC.com. 3 different kinds of bourbon for you to try. Incredible food. I've got such a great time planned for you with the live music and the red carpet. Honestly, wear something nice and come join the party. The Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. Get your tickets right now. Go to WIBC.com and join me Saturday, February 28th. We're going to have a great time. I want to see you there.
At Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, we do plumbing. Water heaters, leaky faucets or toilets, sump pumps, drain lines. Howald plumbers keep water flowing. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Don't miss the Dancing Worlds Tour, the greatest hits from John Mellencamp, July 18th at Ruoff Music Center. A night packed with the songs you love and the stories behind them. Ticket info on WIBC.com. Get yours before they're gone.
Can you become a new version of you? New wallpaper, new shoe leather, a new way home. I don't remember. New version of you. I need a new version.
I have no clue. And I don't even know if I should. I have no idea if I should know this. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I can phone a friend in Matt Baer. I can utilize the chat room, which has a guest. They do not seem to be fans of this theme song. I have no idea what. I want to say for the record, I have no idea what it is. It's pretty floaty. I have no idea what it is. You know what? I'll phone a friend. Matt Baer, what is this television theme song?
That's Secrets of the Whales, Tony.
It's what?
Secrets of the Whales, Tony.
You can see the whale floating in the water.
I never heard of that either.
Oh, I'm flying. I'm swimming.
Never heard of that one either. It's not that. According to the chat room, this is the theme song to the terrible show Felicity.
Yeah, but they knew it, and they were like going, yuck, but they knew it.
Yeah,
so they must have liked it.
That's the worst part of guilty pleasures. So Felicity was 1998 to 2002. It's Kerry Russell.
Who's also the lead star in The Diplomat on Netflix.
Yes. And the interesting part about this show, you know who it was created by? J.J. Abrams. Star Trek? Star Wars? That's pretty weird. By the way, Felicity was named Time Magazine's one of their best 100 shows in TV history. It was ranked among Entertainment Weekly's 100 greatest characters of the last 20 years. People love Felicity. I have never seen the show in my life. Never once. Now, she was also the lead in the show The Americans. They were the Russian spies. Wasn't that her? Wasn't that also Carrie Russell?
Not sure on that. Not a follower of hers.
You don't follow Carrie? I was asking Matt Bear because I know he does.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how you made it sound even more creepy than I did.
Carrie
Thank you.
Russell. She's a great actress. Fantastic.
Yes. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
If you say so.
Fantastic actress.
I would have absolutely no idea. Did you just do some jazz scatting? What was that? Wow. Can I say today has been a weird day?
Every day's a weird day here.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got the possibility of tornadoes today. And real rain this afternoon. Hammer and Nigel will have everything. Matt Bear will be in the traffic center. We have the possibility of tornadoes, thunderstorms, high winds, all of those things. You were dealing with fatal crashes and a bunch of messes on the roads. We've got the possibility of another military action with Iran. Heavy stuff. The only thing interesting is whether or not we're going to get the Bears. And I got to tell you, yesterday I was like, I was writing, like, I'm not sure where this is. The more I pay attention, the more I go through it and think it. Well, if you're the Bears and you have an opportunity to make millions of dollars, why wouldn't you do it? It's the NFL. Why wouldn't they come to Indiana? Now, what I'm hoping is that we don't give away the farm, and I don't think we are. I have said I am very, very impressed with what I'm seeing in this presentation, in being able to be aggressive about trying to get them here. And a lot of people said, oh, we shouldn't do this. Oh, it's ridiculous. Well, I would say those people are wrong. Are we now in the place where things have gotten serious enough where the Bears are saying, hell yeah, let's go to Indiana. We're going to make so much more money. And so are the players. Taxes are so much better. So we'll keep an eye on that as they do some voting today on some legislation. Matt Bear has traffic.
Southbound 69 is closed at 116th